Most gardeners spend more money every season than they ever needed to, not because gardening is expensive, but because nobody told them which problems are worth solving and which ones aren't. The funny thing is that some of the most effective gardening tricks cost absolutely nothing. Here are 8 free gardening hacks that actually work, and the last one quietly changes how you think about your garden altogether. Number 8, your lawn is a free mulch machine. Grass clippings have one of the strangest reputations in gardening. People either treat them like useless waste or dump them in thick piles that turn into a slimy mess. The reality sits somewhere in the middle. Used properly, the thing most homeowners throw away every week can improve soil, reduce watering, and feed plants at the same time. Fresh clippings contain a surprising amount of nitrogen. Spread them in a thin layer around plants, no more than an inch or so, and they slowly break down, feeding the soil while helping it stay moist for longer. The mistake is using too much. A thick layer traps heat, blocks airflow, and starts behaving more like a wet blanket than mulch. Keep it light, and it does exactly what you want. After a few weeks, you will often notice the soil underneath stays damp noticeably longer after rain. That means less watering and steadier growth, all from something that was headed for the trash anyway. Number 7, coffee grounds don't do what most people think. Coffee grounds might be one of the most misunderstood gardening materials on earth. People hear they're good for plants, sprinkle them around a shrub, and wait for magic. Nothing much happens. The real value of coffee grounds isn't what they do by themselves. It is what they do when combined with everything else. In a compost pile, used grounds act as a nitrogen-rich ingredient that helps decomposition move along much faster. Materials that would normally take months to break down often disappear far sooner when coffee grounds are added regularly. If you don't compost, they can still improve soil structure when mixed into planting holes or worked into garden beds. And because most coffee shops throw away enormous amounts every day, they're often happy to give them away for free. It's one of the few useful soil amendments you can literally pick up on your way home from work. Number 6. Cardboard is better than landscape fabric. Landscape fabric has always sounded smarter than it actually is. The sales pitch is simple. Put this down, stop weeds forever. The reality tends to be less impressive. A year or two later, weeds start growing anyway. Roots become tangled in the fabric, and pulling everything apart becomes an afternoon you wish you never started. Cardboard does almost the same job, costs nothing, and leaves the soil better than it found it. Lay overlapping sheets over weeds, wet them down, then cover them with mulch or compost. The cardboard blocks sunlight, smothers existing growth, and slowly breaks down into organic matter. Instead of leaving behind a synthetic barrier, it becomes part of the soil itself. And because almost every appliance store, furniture store, and moving company is trying to get rid of cardboard, the supply is essentially endless. Number 5, the watering habit that creates weak plants. A surprising number of struggling plants suffer from too much attention. Someone notices drooping leaves, grabs the hose, and waters again. Then again the next day. Then again after that. The intention is good. The result often isn't. When water only reaches the top few inches of soil, roots stay near the surface because that's where the moisture lives. Over time, the plant becomes dependent on frequent watering because it never had a reason to search deeper. Deep watering changes the equation completely. Instead of quick daily drinks, Give plants a thorough soak once or twice a week. Now the moisture moves downward and the roots follow. The plant becomes harder to stress, more drought tolerant, and generally more resilient. Ironically, watering less often is often what helps plants become stronger. Number 4, you already own more plants than you think. One of the most expensive assumptions in gardening is believing every new plant needs to be purchased. A lot of experienced gardeners quietly stopped doing that years ago. They simply make more plants from the ones they already have. Many perennials can be divided. Many soft stem plants can be propagated from cuttings. A single healthy plant often contains the beginnings of several more. That's how large borders get filled without large budgets. Not through constant buying, through multiplication. Once you learn how easy propagation actually is, it is hard to look at a mature plant the same way again. You stop seeing one plant and start seeing future plants. Number 3, newspaper can save you hours. Most weeds don't appear because you're unlucky. They appear because you're accidentally giving them exactly what they need: light. That's why newspaper works surprisingly well. Several layers placed over bare soil create a barrier that blocks sunlight while still allowing moisture through. Add a thin layer of compost or mulch on top, and you've created a surface where many weed seeds simply never get the chance to germinate. The result isn't just fewer weeds, it's less watering, less maintenance, and fewer weekends spent crawling around with a hand trowel. For something that often arrives free on your driveway, it's remarkably effective. Number 2, rainwater isn't just free. Most people collect rainwater because it saves money. That's a good reason. It just isn't the most interesting one. In many gardens, rainwater is actually better for plants than tap water. Not because rainwater contains something magical, but because it lacks many of the treatment chemicals found in municipal supplies. Seedlings often respond well to it. Container plants often respond well to it. Acid-loving plants especially tend to appreciate it. And once you start collecting rainwater, you realize how much of it a roof can produce during a single storm. What seemed like a small barrel suddenly becomes a surprisingly useful resource. Number 1, stop solving problems. Start observing them. One of the most expensive habits in gardening has nothing to do with money. It is urgency. Something goes wrong, and we immediately feel compelled to fix it. A leaf turns yellow, a plant stops growing, an insect appears, a patch of lawn starts thinning out. The instinct is understandable. It is also where a lot of wasted money begins. Experienced gardeners tend to do something different first. They watch. A yellow leaf might be a nutrient issue, or it might be overwatering. An insect problem might already be attracting predators that are about to solve it naturally. A struggling plant might be telling you something about the location rather than the plant itself. The longer you garden, the more you realize that many problems are symptoms rather than causes. And when you learn to identify the cause first, you stop buying products for problems that were never there to begin with. The best gardeners aren't necessarily the people who know the most. They are often the people who rush the least. Ending. The common thread running through all of these hacks isn't really saving money, it's paying attention. Most beautiful gardens aren't built by constantly buying solutions. They're built by understanding how the garden already wants to work and helping it along. Once you start seeing it that way, you spend less, do less, and often get better results at the same time.